What's up? This is Jordan Gray from Half Lit and DopelivenTV.
Hey, this your boy Don Ritchie representing the Midwest 219. Stand up.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Lamar Tate.
This is your girl, Monifa.
Hey, what up? It's your man Dave Hollister from Blackstreet.
You know what this is right here. This Trigger Trench in the building.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your boy Jason Weaver. And whenever I'm back home in the Chi, I'm checking out Dope Living TV.
Hey, it's your girl, Adina Howard, and you're watching Dope Living TV, live with Greg Gray and the crew.
Ooh, must be the moon out. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Greg Gray. This is Dope Living TV Live. Let me start off by saying the views that are expressed on this Dope Living TV Live are not necessarily the views of Dope Living TV or its affiliates. Having said that, man, welcome to the show. It's a beautiful day out here. It's a beautiful day. Let me bring my people on here and we'll explain some things. All right. What up, dude?
What's up?
It's all good. It's all good.
It's all good.
Yo, what's going on?
What's up? Hey, Coach. What's going on, Coach?
He popped on the dog. Where I know. He got that new dog. Okay, taking up all that.
I know.
I know. Taking up all the time. She crying right now.
Oh, poor baby.
I know. It's
so today on the show, Tam Lawrence, she's a multipreneur. And her platform rests on being about passion meeting purpose. She's in public relations. She's the publisher, the head honcho, the chief of Exposure Magazine. Here it is right here, Exposure Magazine. All right. And she's doing her thing. Okay. She wears many hats. Okay. And we are supposed to have her on the show today. Let me change that up. All right, we're supposed to have her on the show today. She I don't want to. How do I say this without saying it the wrong way?
What?
She hasn't shown up yet.
Yeah, she's running a bit late, but we're going to wait until she gets here. But like you said, she's doing so much. I mean, she has a huge portfolio.
Oh, yeah.
I looked through her page and what she's doing. And, I kind of knew a little bit about her. Right. And I'm truly impressed. I mean, she's juggling a lot of things and she's handling her business.
Most definitely, man. Yeah. And, something as I was looking at her IMDb, she said something where I think it's a really good quote, and I'm going to take your quote, Tam. Branding is not just the colors of your logo, but the experience and relationships you create with your consumers and or guests.
I love that.
I think that's powerful, man.
That's very powerful.
Because when people do create these logos and this and that, they're like, "Oh man, look at the colors, look at the action, look at this."
Exactly.
But that brand is just an extension of what you do. Okay,
right.
If you take away your works, that brand just stands by itself. It's just another cartoon. It's not a picture,
That's right.
But she's a speaker. She's an author. She has her own television network. She does so much. All right, and hopefully, I don't know what the issue is, but hopefully she get on. If not, we can reschedule.
Yep. Come on, Tam. We waiting on you, baby. Come on, Queen.
But we got our own queen on here today, man. Okay, right?
We do.
This is girl power. We were talking about in the post that it was girl power. Okay, but as an entrepreneur, it just not relegated to just us guys. All right, and we got our own author, Gina Gasson. All right, people look differently at authors as if it's the mistaken professional Okay, but it isn't, because Gina has taken it to another level. Okay, Gina, and I guess we're gonna have to interview you right now.
I'm ready.
What made you wanna write? I mean, you wrote in school all the time, okay? And you got, with as soon as June the 6th came, and they gave me that piece of paper in my hand.
You was out.
Whoa, that was it, bro. What made you want to continue doing that, though?
I'm gonna tell you something. This is what inspired. This didn't even inspire me, but I'm gonna give you the background. And this went all the way back to, this was the 7th grade, junior high school.
Mm-hmm.
Junior high school.
Mm-hmm.
My teacher, and I can't even remember her name, y'all, but my teacher came in one day and she said to the class, "There's a competition going on." It was a writing competition.
Mhm.
And if whoever wanted to submit their writing, she would submit it, and the winner of this competition would get $1,000. Now we talking back in the
Okay.
70s,
Right.
$1,000.
Go a long way.
Man, all I heard was $1,000. Okay,
Right.
I'm like, ting ting ting, $1,000. Okay, I got the writing. Now, actually, what was the big snow? 76, 77?
78 or something like that.
Something like that,
Mhm.
like 76 or 77. We had that big snow where everything shut down. You couldn't even get out your house because the snow was so high. School shut
Mhm.
down. So I had wrote this poem. Like, it was like 6 pages. Never had done it before, but all I know,
Mm.
I was motivated by that $1,000. That $1,000 was mine.
That was it.
I
That's
had
what's
it
up.
spent. I had that $1,000 in my hand because I was writing my butt off. Okay. Snow hit, school shut down, couldn't get anywhere, came back to school. She gave us the bad news. We missed the deadline.
Wow.
But I never got rid of that poem. I
Mhm.
don't know. I impressed myself. I didn't even know I could write like that. I didn't know I had it in me, but that
Mhm.
$1,000, it motivated me. And there I went back and I read what I wrote, and I was like, this is really good. Now I'm past $1,000. I'm like, this is really good. And I kept that poem with me every time I moved when I became an adult. Now this was 7th grade.
Right.
As an adult, I kept that poem. When I moved from whatever residence I was in, I made sure I had that poem with me.
Okay.
Mhm.
I lost that poem, but I remembered a lot of it because I had it so long. And like I said, I was so impressed with myself that I went back and I would read it all the time and be like, did I really do that?
Mhm.
So it was kind of like a affirmation for me. We had a guest come on, right, that said, write down your dream, write it down, put it on paper, write it where you could see it. And that's pretty much, when I look back, that's exactly what I did.
Mhm.
I really wrote down something that inspired me and actually opened my eyes to see that I can do this.
Right.
And
Okay.
it went on from there. I mean,
Because
years went
most people would think,
past.
because most people would think that inspiration was money. You know what I mean?
It
That's what
was
got you. That
money.
bought you out at
It
first.
was.
So as you continue to write stuff and you continue to create, what, because you did say inspiration. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
what other things inspire you to write and create even more?
Well, that was the first time that I realized I had that writing ability in me, but I
Mhm.
didn't do anything with it. Years went on and on, I'm living
Mhm.
my life. And then I opened up a daycare. And during that daycare, I had 2 children in my daycare who could not write. One was 7 years old, and I'm sorry, who could not read. One was 7
Mhm.
years old, and one was 9 years old. And I saw them being pushed through the system year after year. How can you go from kindergarten all the way up to the 5th grade and you still can't read?
Mm.
Well, it's because, they're just being passed on from class to class. No one
True.
would take out the time to sit down and help them. It's just a matter
Mm-hmm.
of, you're not my problem. Let's move you on to the next teacher.
Right.
And now you're her problem or his problem. And
Exactly.
I saw that happening. So I took it upon myself to sit down and work with these children. I taught them both how to read.
Mhm.
And with that, it just was like, okay, how can I do this in the masses? How can I help children on a larger level than just the 15 or 16 that come through my daycare?
Right.
And so the first idea that I got was through books. And initially, the book that I was thinking about writing was a little girl with a cape on her back
Mhm.
flying through the universe, saving our
Supergirl.
saving our vocabulary. And her
Oh,
name was gonna be Madeline. And Madeline was
Okay.
gonna be saving our vocabulary. And again, I did not act on it. It was something that I
Mm.
pushed in the back of my head for years.
Mhm.
And the idea was there, was still something I wanted to do. I was like the typical author. Ask any author, they'll tell you, I didn't get my book out for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 10 years. They never say, I decided to write and I sat down and wrote a book. It's
let me ask you this, Tina.
always.
Let me ask you this, Tina. So, having said that, though, and you're absolutely right. People
Mhm.
say, "Oh, yeah, I've been writing for 5 years, and I finally
Mhm.
decided." Why? Why?
Well, because it's another in your head, it's a task, and the second thing is
Mhm.
you don't know how to do it. You have all of these ideas, and I'm sure even with what you've done, Greg, you've done, Coach, you have these ideas, but how do you implement them? Right? In the starting
Mhm.
stages, it's always, how do I implement all of these things that's floating around in my head? So you have all of these ideas in your head about this
Mhm.
book, and
Mhm.
most pre-authors think that they're going to sit down, get all of these ideas, put
Mhm.
them down, and you're going to have a book. It does not work like that.
Hmm.
It's a
Okay.
mess. It's
So
a
you need some
whole
structure.
mess. You're not going to get that structure until
Mhm.
you put those words on paper, and they're not going to make sense. People that want to be an author, want to write a book, they want it to make sense when they put it on paper. It's
Mhm.
not going to make sense. You need to get those thoughts down, even if they're jumbled thoughts. Just jot them down, jot them down. I used to just text them in my phone because they would come so sporadic, and I didn't want to lose them. They'll come in your head, and the next second it's gone. So I would just talk them into my phone so that I would have them in a text message, and then I would go back once
Okay.
I got all of these different notes and ideas and all of that. I would go back, and then I would start to make it make sense.
So let me ask you this. Let me interject for a second. So, and I'm jumping ahead, jumping back, and this and that. All right, but
Hmm.
I'm just going to
Okay.
coach too. So once you, and I'm going back to your statement about, you writing all of this stuff, you got to formulate and put together and this.
Mhm.
So you finally get that first one out. Now you got people like, and I'm not saying this in a bad way. All right, so you got people like Mr. Andre Renee. He's an author, right?
Yes, I know Andre
Mhm.
Renee.
Yeah.
There's another what is forgot the other lady's name, but
Mhm.
these people, after they put their first book out, they got 20 more books, just in succession like this. So
Mhm.
what happens?
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
a good idea.
what happens?
Man, once you get those juices flowing, you get that first book out there, you like, I did this thing right
Okay.
here. Reality kicks in. I'm sure you know how it feels, Coach. You got your first book
Mhm.
out, right?
Yeah.
Soon as you get it in your hands, it's like reality really hits. It didn't really hit until I got that first book in my
Yeah.
hand. And it was like, I really did this. I didn't know I had it in me. That's when the
Mhm.
reality kicks in, and it's just flowing. Okay, let's go to the next one, and the next one,
Yeah.
and the
She ain't
next
lying. She
But
ain't lying.
but all right, you get that first one. Aren't you supposed to? Now, see what I do. You get this like music video or video per se.
one. Hmm.
Um, you get it. You finally got it together. You put it all together,
Mhm.
and you put it out, and then you share it and
Hmm.
so forth and so on. Let it get bigger and bigger and bigger before you put the next one out. All right. And don't you want people to get to know who you are, that first book first?
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
When it comes to writing, when it comes to writing, a book has a lifespan. It has an expiration date.
Really?
People are going to get bored with your book. Once your friends and your family, all those people get through the book, it's gonna get old after a while.
You got 20 of them out at the same time.
But listen, each time you
True.
put another book out, it brings that previous book back to life. It picks it back up. Now people go back to, oh, she wrote this book. Well, let me go see the first book. I didn't know she had this one. And so you actually are pumping life into your old books when you put a new book out, because now your name is back out there. Your book, you got a new book out there. So people want to see. I'm gonna tell you, Natalie is a prime example, because once she gets one of those romance books out there, that next one hits the scene.
Yeah,
and people are running to get that book, but they also want to see that previous book, because this new one that they just read was so good. Let me go get the other one that I missed. So you actually are pumping life back into your book.
I get it.
Yeah, because that's something I was concerned about too. You know what I mean? Even though I have my first book, it's like I'm going to do a 4-part series, but it's like, okay, when do you let it out? you know what I mean? When you go out part 2, 3, and then the culmination, you know what I mean?
You don't want to wait too long, because it's going to get forgotten.
And I think
you don't want to wait too long.
I think that's one of the reasons why I haven't written, because I'm not going to write a book. I'm going to have a ghostwriter. Okay. And Jane, if you can explain what a ghostwriter is.
Basically, it's somebody who writes the book for you. You give them the idea, you give them the materials to work with, what direction you want your plot or book to go in. And then they take it and you work together with them to get that idea on paper and the book the way you want it to. A lot of people have good ideas. They just don't know how to write the book.
That would be me. Okay. Demond Taylor says, I wrote 6 books and still trying to get the first one out. Advice, Gina, give him some advice.
Yeah,
give some good advice. Look for Distinguished Authors Guild. We have first-time authors that got their books out there, and now they're selling off the shelf. We just had one author, Valerie Kemp Davis. Her book won 2020 Distinguished Authors Guild Award. It's a children's book called Rainbow Cuddlings. It just got picked up in East Chicago schools. 600 copies.
Wow,
that's
600
amazing.
Copies. So I'm gonna tell you one thing, Demont. You have to have a circle. You are not going to be able to do it by yourself. That's why you have 6 books and they're not out there. You can't do it alone. And I tell authors that all the time. If you're trying to do it alone, it's going to take you way more time to do it by yourself than to have a system in place that's going to help you get it out there.
So you can't self-publish. You self-publish is a bad idea?
No, self-publish is a good idea. When I say you can't do it alone, I mean as far as getting your books out there, having different platforms to get your face out there and that book out there. You need to get on as many platforms as you can so that people will start seeing. Do you know it's 6 million books on Amazon?
I know.
People think that they're going to write a book and put it on Amazon and it's going to be a #1 seller. It is 6 million books on Amazon. That means you're competing with all of those books. And Amazon, unless I know your book is on there and you tell me my book XYZ is on Amazon, I'm never going to see it.
Facts.
Coach James Bonds says, exactly. Coach James Bonds, do you have a book? So I don't understand. I don't understand about writing books. Like I said, I want to, because, I've been approached with the history that I have to write a book, Greg, write a book about the story. I don't, number one, y'all know me, I really don't want to tell it, okay? But, the second part of that is that I don't know how to do it. Coach James Bond says, yes. Coach, what's the name of your book, man? We support over here, bro. That's what we do.
Yours too, Demont. Let us know what the name of your book is. But look, Ask Valerie Kemp Davis. Ask Tony Lindsay, Tony Bunyan. Ask them why did their books get picked up. It wasn't because it was just sitting on the shelf. It was because they joined DAG. We put them on different platforms. They come on Dopeliven TV Live. We do the award show. We network. We put them in front of people that can help them get to other places.
Right.
That is why their books were picked up. It's not because somebody saw them on Amazon and said, "Hey, I want that book."
Coach James Bond says the name of his book is Discover Your Purpose.
Good name. I like that.
I'm gonna walk you through this, Coach James. Okay, so where is it at? Where can people pick your book up at? We support here, bro. That's what we do.
Yes. What's your platform you use?
What's your platform?
And Gina, I got a question. What other platforms can you utilize to promote your book?
Well, you have all the bookstores like Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Walmart, Sam's Club, all of those different places. You can get your books in. It's a process. It is a process. One thing, my books are only on Amazon because every one of those platforms have they have specifications for a book.
Okay.
My books don't meet that specification because I cut my books down to a smaller size so that little kids could hold it comfortably in their hands. So my books don't meet the standard that allows me to put it in Barnes and Noble, Walmart, and places like that. I didn't care.
Okay.
I knew when I did it that I was going to cut myself out of those different venues, but I didn't care. I cared more about a child being able to hold a book by themselves without, having problems holding it or it being too big. They're able to flip the pages on their own and they're able to read on their own. So I don't have the pleasure of having those different platforms other than Amazon. But I'm going to tell you, Coach, I don't care what kind of book you have or where it's at. You're your biggest marketer. Nobody's going to market your book better than you.
He says he is on LinkedIn site as well. The book is on LinkedIn site as well, Coach James Bonds. So y'all support Coach James Bonds. Demont Taylor said his first book is called Misfortune, the Vanessa Donovan story. And it's the first of a 3-part series.
Okay.
So question for both of you guys, actually. So you got your book done. You put your book out. How do you know people are going to look at it? How do you gauge the audience? How you putting it out there? It's out there. You wrote a book. So how do you know people are going to look at it, going to read it?
Because you're your best marketer. If you don't know how to market, you better learn how, because you're the only person who's going to push your book the way it needs to be pushed. I don't care if you have a publisher. I don't care if it's on whatever platform. If you don't get out there and market your book, it's just going to be dormant. It's going to sit on the shelf and collect dust. And I hear that from a lot of people.
Yeah. And it's funny you say that. And it's funny you saying about how to get it out there, because the thing is, I was just having a conversation with somebody today, and I told them, I said, they were trying to figure out, Jeff, how come you get so many views on certain posts that you put out? I said, well, because my Facebook friends are actually people that are interested in those types of posts.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? They're interested in motivation. They're interested in words of wisdom and knowledge and trying to expand their mind and do other things of that nature. So those are the only people I accept on my friends list. Now, I will accept some other people for connection purposes. You know what I mean? Now, Facebook has it where you can follow too, so you don't necessarily have to be a friend of them to keep up with their content. Right. But you got to just cater to your audience, attract and invite the right people.
And that is exactly how to do that. Okay, and that's for anything, basically what you just said, Coach. You got to make sure that you create an audience. All right. So the social media is full of people who want to learn. They want to learn how to do different things if they haven't done it already. All right, just like Tam Lawrence, it would have been great to talk to her about what she's done, because she's doing a lot. But the thing is, you have to be able to learn. You got to be able to accept the information that's there. Take the opportunity, inbox these people, share your stuff to to different pages. Look up the pages. So, okay, you're a life coach. So go to LinkedIn and put in life coach, and a plethora of people's names will come up, and connect with them, connect with the groups, do it on Facebook. That's how you get there. Okay?
Yes.
Coach James Bond says he gave 50 copies away. Then the word spread it. That's another way, But what about number 51? That person said, well, dang.
And sometimes that is what you have to do. A lot of people don't want to give books away, but sometimes it's what you have to do. My book is in the Gary Public Library on Fifth Avenue. One of Alpha's Adventure at School is in the Gary Public Library. I had to give them a few copies before they even accepted that book in the library. But the end result was my book is in the library there.
Absolutely. Natalie says that it's a business. You have to find your target market.
That's right. That is key.
And amen, Jeff. Your circle is key, sir. It is. Like I said, I don't know about books, but it's as I'm listening and learning from you guys, it's the same thing in what with these films and with the that we even do here on Dopeliven TV Live. We have to find the audience, okay, and we do that by sharing, by connecting. If as we sitting here right now, and I'll just put this up here real quick. This is just a few of the groups that I subscribe to, and I scrolled down because there's one for the authors, there's one for prison, there's one for cancer. I got music, arts, life coaching. I got a bunch of groups that I subscribe to, and every show I'm just sharing. And some people come through. Coach James Bonds is on LinkedIn, so
And you never know who you're going to run into. Some people feel like, I don't want to be on that platform, or I got invited here and I don't want to go because no one knows who those people are. But you never know who's going to see you. You never know. I mean, think about, we have Zelda come on here and talk about how he get these different gigs being a stunt. And some other stunt actors came on and they talked about how they were just coming out of a restaurant and somebody said, hey, come over here and stand in.
Right.
You never know who you're going to run into, who will see you. I always say no platform is too big or too small.
That's right. That's right.
We had Levon Whitaker on here the other day.
Levon.
That's his name. And he was talking about exposure, and he said when he was doing his and Levon is a sportscaster on Channel 57 in Terre Haute ABC station. He was talking about the exposure, and he said, look, man, I don't care if it's one person watching me. That's a person that I didn't know before. And so now I got somebody else that's watching my stuff, and they can tell people, okay. And then the next time I do it, I don't care if it's just one person. You gotta do your best with 1 or 1 million. You know what I mean? You gotta be your absolute best you. And the same thing, I guess, with coaching, right? Like, coach, you gotta impress them the first time, like you do us.
Yeah, it's true, because the thing is, you only got one time to sell yourself. You know what I mean? And to make sure when you get your information out there that it is reaching the right people. Like, one time, that's it. One time. So sometimes maybe you might get a second chance with some people that come around. Normally when a second chance comes around, an opportunity is tied to that second chance. You know what I mean? So, but really you only got one time to really let your shot go, really put the rip behind it, because I'm telling you, even with my book, I was scared. Fear just stops so many people back from promoting. Like, it's wild, because that's something I deal with all the time. Now I can go live, I can put out posts, I can do all this stuff, but then when it comes to promoting my stuff, I say my little stuff, but it ain't little.
Right.
I say my little stuff, but it's not little. Nope. The thing is, when you wonder, like you said earlier, Greg, are people truly gonna like my product?
Right.
Are truly people gonna want to listen to it without a critique? People gonna always have critique with everything that you do. So just go ahead, put it out there and soar, sail with it.
that's the process, though, man. You know, we gotta take the criticism. We gotta learn from and keep going. You know, we can't stop, and that's the problem with a lot of people. They stop.
They stop.
Somebody says, "Hey, man, I didn't like your show." Like, man, you know how many times people told me they didn't like my show, they didn't like my hair, they didn't like this, they didn't like that, and I said, "Okay, cool, but you watch it."
You called it enough to know that you didn't like it,
and you're gonna come on next week to find something else to talk about, and I'm good with that. Okay, you increase my viewership. But Gina, let me ask you. So as you did everything, and we're gonna fast forward. You created the Distinguished Authors Guild, which is a platform that celebrates unseen authors.
Yep.
And it gives them that boost, it gives them that kick in the ass, okay, to go ahead on and do their thing. All right. As Natalie says, she contributes to the success of her books to the Distinguished Authors Guild. What do you think makes a platform like yours increase or motivate these people to do better?
Because they don't, a lot of times they don't even have the confidence to get their books out there, or even know that you always have in your head, is my book a good book? Of course you think it's a good book, you wrote it. Your friends gonna tell you it's a good book, but let's step outside of your friends and family. Do other people really think my book is a good book? And so when we nominate those books, and they based on strict criteria, they based on definitely no errors. Have you ever picked up an award-winning book with an error in it?
I don't know.
No, probably not.
Oh, you don't. Definitely no errors. Does it catch the audience attention? If it's some stick people on the front, it may not catch anybody's attention.
Well, wait a minute now. You get the stick people on the front, but if your title represents the
but that's what I said. Does the
title got to represent stick people?
I mean, how many times have you walked past a book and was like, that looked good?
Right.
It's interesting.
Does it catch your attention, and does it keep your attention? I have picked up so many books that I could not put down. I mean, and even if I had to put it down, I was coming back to it as soon as I could. That is what we look for. Those are and so when these authors are nominated, even through the nomination process, I see so much excitement. I see so much high level confidence, and they haven't even been chosen yet. Just the fact that they were nominated takes them to another level.
Yeah.
But we don't stop there. We give so much during that process of getting to the award show. You working with me, bruh. You know what we go through. We do the interviews. We do the
readings.
The readings. We do the authors who we get their 30-minute bio. Now we're working with BHC Media Group, who put the authors on in front of 50 million viewers. We just do so much. We have book fairs, whether they're virtual or in person. We even help when they need help with other things that they're dealing with getting their books out there. We do everything we can to get their books seen. We do the promos on the Distinguished Authors Guild page. And then once we have the show, we nominate the winners. We announce the winners, but we also go back and we highlight the past authors as well. So just like I said, we bring that life back to your book. We bring life back to their book by bringing them up in the current and letting people know these were our past winners. Don't forget about them. They out here doing their thing.
Right. I'm telling you. And
that's awesome.
It's a proven platform. And that's the thing. Okay. So you guys next year, I mean, we did it in Vegas this year. And it was a huge success. And next year is going to be even bigger. Coach James Bond says exactly sounds like the book, The Art of War, which I read over and over once a year. Exactly. But yeah, it's going to be bigger. Okay. And it's going to have a lot more, entertainers going to be there. Got the entertainment. Shout out to Nick Nova and Mr.
Joseph George.
Joseph George. Yep.
Yes, sir. Did y'all know his cousin is a basketball player?
Jason. Yes. He went out to California to watch a game. He tried to get us to go with him, man. That 4-hour drive.
I drive 4 hours.
I hadn't made it there. Natalie says the DAG also creates a family of authors and support system, which is what I think authors are, back in the day, authors used to put out books. Okay, you had these celebrity authors. Okay, and they went it skyrocketed. All right, but people were
Definitely.
writing then. People were writing then, and they did not have the
Mhm.
opportunity. Okay, so I applaud you on creating the Distinguished Authors Guild and making it so that people can do that. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to imitate you, though. You know that, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. That's
I mean,
okay.
I guess plagiarism is flattery, huh?
And it.
That's
Tell them.
okay.
That's
When they see you got something catchy, they gonna latch on to it like a leech, man. They
That's
will.
okay.
Life coach. Hold on, Gina. Hold on. Life coach. Why do they do that? Why can't we just be? Why can't we just support one another? Life coach, talk to me, man.
Man, because it's easier always to take an idea of something that's already created because you have it in your mind and you see the proven results that it's getting a backing push behind it. So if you create something similar or with the same sound, tune, or even the wording, if I had how much money, if I had more money, a lot of money for how many people in my friends list was using them 3 R's, trying to put some great R's together to make it run smooth. I'm telling you, I have a whole bunch of money in my pockets right now. But that's what they do. If it sounds good and it's catchy, they latch onto it and they want to duplicate something that you have because they know it's going to work.
Just ask me. You know what I mean? You ain't
Right?
Ask a brother or sister. We hook you up.
We always out there helping and supporting other people. I don't care what you're doing, even if you're doing the same thing I'm doing. I'm gonna help and support you.
Exactly. I mean, it's plenty of room for everyone, even with
everyone.
We're talking to Levon again. I keep bringing Levon again. We spoke about that. You start everybody. We all have the same opportunities. We all start off on the same starting line.
That's right.
It depends on how you run, whether you go to the left, whether you go to the right, or you go straight ahead. And I Jeff, life coach, it kind of when they were talking about goals.
Oh yeah.
I was like this, man. Okay,
you were ready.
I was like, hey, man, stop saying goals.
I hear you.
Stop scratching.
I'm just saying. I was like, man, we want
goal addict.
Objectives. Objective. The goals are cut off. Objective long. They give you opportunity to correct mistakes and make it right. Okay, but goals, I was like,
But let's go back to what Coach said, because this is very interesting and people need to know this. It's very important. Coach, you said you got to know your target market. That's something that people don't even know how to identify. So let's talk a little bit about that, because let's take books, for instance. Would you really take a X-rated book and go to a book fair that has children?
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
You need to close
not at all. That is not the right target market for you.
So how do you identify? I'm gonna let you take this. How do you identify your target market? How do you know what that is?
Well, you have to look at the context in which you're putting the information in. You know what I mean? You have to look at how you're communicating that specific information that you want to get forth towards the people that you're trying to reach. So I'm not going to go ahead and promote self-help to people that are already getting the best help of their life. They feel like they're good already. They're taken care of. So that's not who I'm going to talk to. I'm going to talk to the people that are saying, oh, I need the help. I'm looking for help. You know what I mean? So let's say if you have that X-rated book, you're not going to the children's fair with this book. There might be some moms or some dads, undercover that might be looking for the book. But I'm just saying, you're not going to the kids' fair with this. What you're doing is you are going to go to where they have and all this stuff is out there. So I'm just saying, you're going to go where they have like the X-rated cons and all that other stuff like that. They have them in Chicago. They tour with this stuff, So that's where you want to go to promote your book, or link up with people who are in that specific genre of writing. You necessarily don't have to go as far as that route to do it, but there are book clubs that support reading like that. You just have to seek them out and say, hey, do you want to read this particular book I have? It might fit what you like.
Yeah. Demont says, I need help and I'm not afraid to ask. So please help me. Demont, let me tell you this, okay? Because I don't know which help you're talking about, but if you want that help for your books, Distinguished Authors Guild is where you go, okay? Reach out to Gina And she will help. Believe me, sis is giving. All right. If you need help with just talking about stuff and getting to your purpose, getting to a different place in your life, holler at Coach Jeff Relaford. Okay. We don't have him on here for nothing. Okay? Gotta say this one more time.
And he's good at what he does.
He is good at what he does. All right. We searched when I was looking. I reached out to him, but before he came on, and Gina will tell you because Gina's my partner. We had a sex coach, we had a life coach, we had a basketball coach. I mean,
we had all these coaches.
We did. He is so serious.
Coaches on here. I'm looking for a life coach. Okay, the basketball coach, cool, did a great job. Okay. But and no disrespect to the others. You guys do what you do. That's fine, okay. But we were looking for something genuine, something real, and we found it in this guy, okay. Because the rest of y'all, I'm not. Look, Mr. Roselle would probably be. The rest of the people that came on was. Zell says, I'm not even gonna say it. Zell says, great advice, Dopeliven family. That's my man, Zell Cross.
Hey, Zell.
Demont says, I will. So please leave a link so that I can reach out for real. We always for real, Demont. So
that's a real.
You can message us on Facebook, man. That line is always open, 24 hours a day.
Demont, Gina Gasson, Jeff Relaford. Those guys can give you the information. I can tell you some jokes. If you need some jokes, I got you faded. All right. Armand, that's my man's right there. He's going to be on the show.
Armand.
Talk to this guy Monday. Said he all right. My co-host representing.
What's good, brother? I'm glad you're watching. Thanks, man.
Yeah, Armand, why don't you come on and hang out with us for a second, man? Even though you're coming on Monday, come on, hang out with us for a second. We want to see your ugly face, man. Just come on through, hang out. We're gonna bring some light to the ugliness. You know what I'm saying?
Light to the ugliness.
Somebody shoot him the link, man. All right, but
I got you.
We can promote y'all new show too. I guess we can. Last time you told me not yet.
Yeah, we good now, dog.
All good now, huh?
We go ahead. We let it go.
Yeah,
we let it rip.
They had that first showing. Was it yesterday? I saw you.
It was yesterday. Yep,
it was pretty deep, man.
People be hiding stuff. I'm trying to do everything I can to make everything good. Why are we blurry on Facebook? I don't know.
I'm not blurry. I look good.
I mean, I look good.
You better tell them, Gina. She said, that's your feed.
I cut
my feed.
All of my hair off, man. Look, I cut my hair.
It looks good, Lo.
Cut it off.
It's nice, Lo, bro.
Man, still love my hats though, but I said,
I got my hat on because I ain't shaved my head yet. Yeah.
Let it breathe, Armand said, "Let me in." Sound like the not the hair on my chinny chin chin.
He got the link. He about to open it up.
Come on, man. Hey, this is the family, everybody. Okay, our guest Tam Lawrence, she wasn't able to come on, so
we'll get her on another day.
We will get definitely Tamara. If you're watching, we will get you on. I mean, we still want to hear your story. This is what we're about here on Dopeliven TV Live. We want to celebrate people. We want to make sure we want to know the journey, where you came from to. Demont says, Miss Gina, I'm sorry. You remind me of my sister so much. They'll say Gina has a different background. I see you. It's not a background. She just got in the corner, man.
It's temporary. I'm at my mom's house.
You can't put baby in the corner. All right, man. Y'all heard of 106 Clark. Y'all heard of the what's his name in the basement. All right. We got Armand in the basement. What's going on, bro?
I got time for this.
What's happening, Armand?
What's going on, bro?
He is in the basement.
Well, that's what I said. Armand, now we don't have
muted.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we
hear
you.
you.
We hear you now.
Sound a little crazy.
That's okay. What's going
Good
on?
afternoon.
How are you?
Hi.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know. All that polite shit, you can take that out the window, dog. Take all that
Can't
polite
hear me.
Take all
All
that
right, here we go.
take all that polite shit, throw it out the door.
All right. I won't be polite to y'all too. How you doing? author Gina. How you doing this evening?
I'm doing awesome. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks
What's
for
up, Greg?
joining us.
Thank you for having me. Big bro been on my head, so I'm in here.
There you go.
That means you're good.
We're gonna be talking to
Trying
this
to be.
gentleman on Monday. You know, he has a fantastic story. Okay, and we're gonna talk.
Yeah.
We'll talk a little bit about it today, just a little bit. All right.
But before we go do that, all right, let's do the life coach. It's gonna be relaxing, releasing, and releasing. I get it right one day, okay? Well, they're gonna do the life coach. Okay, let's go to life coach. Okay, let's go.
I had a thought in my head today, everyone, and it was just because you are finished doesn't mean you are done. And what that means is just because you start a particular project or something that is fulfilling of you and you finish that one, that doesn't mean you're done with the greater objective. There is always something greater tied to what you are working on. You start to realize in life that everything is interconnected, right? And if everything is interconnected, it's a reason why they're coming together. You are that common denominator that needs to figure out the in-between so that you can connect the dots. So just know when you have your objectives to get to the bigger goal, just because you finish the objective doesn't mean you're done with the goal.
That's the life coach Jeff Relaford. He's got a podcast. It's on Mondays. All right, it's picking up steam, y'all. Y'all better get on, check him out. Support. And he has a new show with this gentleman here, Mr. Armand Baskin. What's going on, brother?
How you doing? Excuse me.
Before we go on, Jeff,
yeah,
Jada, check this out. So when Jeff does his life coach moment, he does it right. But you know what? We didn't even have to talk about this. As soon as it's over, bam. You know what I mean?
We cue that bad boy. We on it, man.
I love it. Okay, Armand. We're gonna be talking to this guy, Armand, on Monday. Like I said, he has a fantastic story of going. If you ever want to talk about going through something to get to something, this man has done it. And without telling everything, Armand, just give us a brief summary of what you've gone through.
Cool, we can do that. So just for starters, just made 41 yesterday by the grace of God. Thank you, appreciate it. So I about almost 4 years ago, I got checked in the hospital. I had crazy high blood pressure. It's like 250 over like 190.
Ooh.
I was in the hospital for about 2 hours before they figured out that my kidneys was failing. Started dialysis, you know what I'm saying? Feeling sorry for myself, letting the people at the dialysis clinic control my life instead of it being vice versa. I went through that for a while. You know Ryan from Dopeliven. I watched your show with Ryan, Miss Gina. It was all that. So you're familiar with Ryan. Greg and Jeff, They both know Ryan. Who? We've been knowing each other. Ryan Reed. Sorry, Mr. B&O.
Don't repeat.
The views and opinions. Yeah,
don't worry about him.
But that ain't nothing but a shameless plug for my brother anyway. So that's all it is. But we've been knowing each other since we were maybe 13, sixth grade. You know what I'm saying? We always been friends, but this particular moment, he saw that what I was going through and just reached out. So it's like from then on, it's like brothers.
Oh, Ron Reed.
Ron Reed.
Yeah, I put in crying at the beginning on the Google search.
This man.
Leave Ron alone.
Hey, I'm not even finna let you do my boy like that. We were just talking about that. Me, Jeff, and I on our show. Vulnerability is all right in 2023. It's okay. Right? It's okay. It's okay to cry. It's okay to have feelings and emotions. But back to what I'm saying. The podcast is called Changing the Narrative. Mm-hmm. It basically goes from perception of what people think dialysis is to what it really is. It goes from what the doctors say and how they think that you're supposed to live based on facts on how I actually live. I work. I take care of my kids. I'm an active husband. You know what I'm saying? All the things that they say that I can't do, I'm doing it. So I'm changing the narrative. Yes, sir.
Let me break in for a second. So as you're going through all of this, okay, because when people get diagnosed with cancer, people get diagnosed, you're waiting on a kidney, things of that nature. You never know that you're going to get that. Okay. So What we're going to talk about Monday is how you transformed yourself, because the stories that you taught, and I'm not going to tell it because I need you to tell it on Monday, okay?
Yes, sir.
It's just tremendous, because you went all the way down.
Yeah.
All the way down, and you don't know that you're going to get a kid, and you don't know what's going to happen. Or that with people with cancer, they don't know that they're going to survive. Okay,
yes.
And a lot of people just give up.
Yes, they do. They do, and like I say, mine is more of I'm really reaching out. Like I said, I'm not racist by far. I love everything, but in this particular instance, I'm speaking to the people that look like me. Because in the state of Michigan, 64% of the people that's on dialysis that need a kidney, they look like me and you. So my thing is, like, I advocate. I work with Gift of Life, to try to advocate to different kids, high school, middle school. Hush up, Harper, I'm on the thing. Go upstairs. I'm sorry, my daughter don't care. But I advocate, I go out and I speak to the children, let them know. And I try to, keep them aware. Yeah, you're young, but you will get old. All of that stuff, you don't care about your eating habits and salt, sugar, and all of this. Hey, diabetes start early now. You got babies coming out with, what is that, stage 2 or whatever, type 2 diabetes, all of that stuff. And it's just, it all start with that diet that they gave us, because we didn't give it to ourselves, and I hate to say it, but it's that slave stuff, all of the chitlins and all of that stuff. Am I saying don't eat it? No, but everything in moderation.
Yes.
That's it.
Too much anything ain't good for you. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to leave it there. If you want to hear the rest, Monday we in there.
Absolutely.
And I'm transparent, so ask me whatever. I'm like that.
You already know.
He definitely is.
That's how Dopeliven TV does, man. But and for the audience, everybody on here is a part of Dopeliven TV, all right. But you understand, we sit here and we inform you, we educate you, and we entertain you, all right. But we got stories. I don't like telling my stories, and I think that the narrative, as we change the narrative, okay, is that we should be transparent. We should show and tell everything that we've done, because it's a lot of information that will help people to grow, to get to where they need to go to. Who wants to be an author? All right, contact Gina. Who wants to be a life coach and inspire people? Contact Jeff Rellifer. Who wants to
whatever? It ain't no one thing. Whatever.
I'm just joking.
I know you are.
Who wants to be a talk show host? You just talk to Armand. The things that I'm trying to say is this: everything is out there for you, regardless of what's going on in your life. All right, choose something and manifest that. If you can't manifest that, objectives, okay, not goals. You can't manifest that, go to something else. All right, you can always do something. You can always change direction as long as you stay on course. Does that make sense? It does. Okay. When I say stay on course, it's your mindset. All right. Your mindset just got to stay. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. All right. You can change directions. And man, I'm telling you, if none of us had changed directions on what we wanted to do, we wouldn't be sitting here today. Period.
Facts.
Period.
So I mean, we got some great shows coming up. Okay, and I apologize for Tam Lawrence not being able to show up today. We will get her on at another time. All right, she's fantastic individual. She got a lot. She is a woman doing, succeeding, excelling in a man's world. All right, doing the things that she's doing, and I'm telling you, man, I had some questions for her. Boy, I did. We'll get them in. We'll definitely get them in. Armand, you haven't been on Dopeliven TV live, but when we get ready to leave, we get ready to roll out of here, we got to leave them with something, man.
For me, we can do that. Okay, so check this out. Usually, like I say, we on here talking about changing the narrative and things like that. But the one thing that I do want to leave you with, and I think it can be universal, you can use it any way you want, and I use this every single day. A diagnosis is not a death sentence. Y'all stop taking what these people telling y'all, these doctors, that's what they get. That's what they get paid to do. They get paid to do that. But if you believe in anything, I know, I don't care who it is, whether it be Christian, Muslim, whatever the case may be.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Stop letting these people trick you out of living your life. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I live my life. At the end of the day, God, he got the final say for me. So the doctors tell me I need a kidney. I respect that. I'm gonna do everything as they say. But that's not the end of my story, and it shouldn't be the end of yours. Let's keep fighting. 2023, we fighting. Yeah,
Yes, you look well, brother. You sound well. So
thank you.
Once we hear this story, man, people gonna learn something. All right, life coach.
To segue, that led to my moment. See, just because you finished don't mean that you done.
Exactly.
Working, you go boom, 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 boom. It's just like that. So that's all I got to say. We just bought confirmation. The Lord bought confirmation to my 1 minute thought that I was supposed to bring to y'all today. So there we go. Boom. Let's go.
Hey. Well, let me share with you guys what I did in the 7th grade. When God created man one day, he wanted them to go his way. But 2 people ate from the tree of life, and all evil was in their sight. The world was filled with hatred and sin, but there was salvation for women and men. The animals marched on 2 by 2, a new beginning for me and you. It rained for 40 days and nights. The water reached tremendous heights. They traveled by faith, sight unseen, not knowing what the future may bring. Life reproduced, started new generations, thus giving birth to a brand new nation. Moses traveled the mountainside, but the human race would not abide. Let's idolize, lust, dance, drink up. No more worship, just pure corrupt. Walking on water, casting out demons, Jesus gave the world another meaning. Respect thy neighbor, honor thy mother, turn the other cheek, love one another. The Decalogue set the pace to make the world a better place. Not everyone was happy to see Jesus fighting for you and me. They hated him so much they nailed him down, pierced his head with a thorn-made crown. But that didn't stop his goal. He's out to save our souls. He rose from the ground without a sound, set by his Father's side, waiting for you to abide. The choice is yours. He's not taking score. With the right path, you never lose. He wants you to choose. He loves us so much, he died for our sins. Amen, amen, amen.
Amen.
Hey, how come
7th grade.
When we were doing the spoken word, you didn't do that one?
Because you always say I couldn't do mine.
You always cut me down, bro.
You let her get loose, and she got loose this evening.
Man, look,
oh man.
Zell, he had a comment here. Baby from Cash Money Records said, "Are we finished or are we done?"
I forgot all about that.
Man, look, shout out to everybody who checks out Dopeliven TV, views and opinions, consequences and repercussions, whatever they got.
Consequences and repercussions. Somebody gonna come out with a show with that name.
Exactly, right?
That was the first mini series I did. The very first one called Consequences and Repercussions. It never saw the light of day. But I'm gonna tell you, man, shout out to everybody who does that. You know, we love the support. We appreciate you guys. We are nothing without you all. All right. Shout out to all the individuals that support us daily. You know, Brenda, Amina, Ella,
Nat,
Trey.
Oh, it's so many of them.
That's a lot of them.
We'll be here for another hour.
You know, shout out to Fox. You know, we coming, y'all.
Hey.
Look, Fox. James. All right. Hey, y'all need Core. Y'all need to come back. All right. Now, you look, man. I did what I did, and that's that. All right. So now I got family. We got to feed each other. All right. So Core.
Hey, look us up.
Man, that's
look us up. We're right here. Dopeliven TV Live. We're right here.
So I mean, man, I did all of that, man, to just say, man, look, you're nothing without your circle. All right. And you guys are part of our circle.
I can't wait to the show on Monday.
Man.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Hey, listen. Me and Greg was talking. I'm gonna give him an exclusive. Whatever he want to know and whatever the audience want to know, I'm answering. Just like that. It don't matter what it is. I'm answering. So if you got questions about anything health related, men, holla at me, because trust me when I tell you. When I say I done been through, and I'm still going through.
Yeah, and it's amazing, you know, and we go through things every single day, but you know, we never, and people be comment, they come at us and this and that. You never know what somebody's going through, you know. But you know, we're entertainers. We got to make people smile and this and that. So we got to hide our grief, our pain sometimes. All right, but we get it exposed. Just tell the truth, because we haven't a a witness right here that can tell you it ain't over just because, like, it ain't over just because they say it's over.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's so true. And I'm sorry, my dog. This is my support animal. So if y'all see something licking on me, that's how deep it is for me. I have an actual support animal. Paperwork because of what I go through. You know what I'm saying? Instead of taking pills and being addicted to something else, I got a bully. You know what I'm saying? So that's part of it. It's deep. I'm telling you, I cannot wait to let you guys know just how it is. Give you a better understanding for what dialysis may be. You know, some early symptoms that you may want to check out. I can help you. Trust me.
Oh, that's Armand Baskin, okay? I'm not Ron Reed, so we can get up out of here on time, all right? So
peace out.
This is Dope Living TV Live. We will see you guys tomorrow, all right? Peace out.
Peace out.